Welcome to the Not Very Good with Words podcast. It's me, level 9, formerly known as Level 9. Peter, you're here with me, and Himegoto. We have a special podcast for you today because I'm moving away and I can't be bothered to come up with a good one. Woo!
Now tell me, since you're moving away, are you moving closer towards James or are you moving further?
I think I'll be about the same distance away from him, just in a different city.
Like it's further.
How are you guys like 2 hours apart? That's crazy.
Well,
wait, what's crazy about that?
yeah.
It's just like, dang. I don't know. You guys are like you guys are close friends and stuff, It's crazy.
I mean, it's just funny how, like people change and life takes you in all sorts of different directions. Because I think about that sometimes too. This level 9 and I, like every Monday, boom, to 2.5 hour drive, bam, bam, bam. And he had to drive even further because he had to get to me first, which was like an hour for him, or if not more. So yeah,
I guess like you and Fop Top were the first like friends I had because we met you on the internet and we chatted there for a while and then we went to your house.
Wait, what?
Yeah, man, it was cool. I think I mentioned this on another podcast episode, but just to summarize, Fop Top and I met level 9 and Dizzy through Smashboards. Fop Top had his phone number on his Smashboards account, and that is how level 9 contacted him. And then we met up to play Smash Brothers.
I think that's...
I do not know this.
I think it was Dizzy instead of me.
Oh, sorry.
But
it was similar, yeah.
But we got in contact with you.
Yep.
And Fop Top was talking. I remember him telling Dizzy he was going on a cruise. And we were like, damn, this dude must be super rich. I bet he's in his 30s, dude. It's going to be weird.
Did you guys ever go to his grandparents' home?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because we used to, I hung out there a few times and they had like a game room and they had like a drum set and all this other stuff. Really. And his grandparents are just very kind, lovely people. So
I don't think so. The only house I remember being at Fop Top's house was his parents, who had that tiny little house. And then we picked him up in Tyler at his sister's home or something like that. Might have been his apartment. He was sharing it with her. But I remember Psycho Ace being there. Another person we will never see again.
I saw him actually not that long ago somewhere, but I definitely did see him. Oh, I went over to Fop Top's apartment once to play Ultimate. That's what it was. That was so long ago, though. I
hadn't seen him since I've seen the Jadester. And the Jadester might as well be this ghost living on the interwebs to me at this point, where he just comes in and he's like, hey, dude, we should get together and play Smash again sometime. 7 months later, hey, dude, we should play some more Melee together. 2 years later, he's nuts.
To be honest, this whole time I thought you guys met through school or stuff like that. I didn't know you guys met online.
You know what the weirdest thing is? I was 19 when I met James, and he was in high school. I think him and Fop Top both were.
Oh, wait, that's right. You're a mega boomer.
Mega boomer.
Because I'm in my mid-20s.
Yeah, 26, right?
Yeah.
26.
Actually, Cade was saying something about that the other day. He was like, I can't believe how old you are, Austin. I was like, bro, I'm 2 years older than you. Calm down.
God.
I'm not walking around with a cane yet.
When you guys are all 80, he's still going to be saying, he's like, man, I can't believe how much older Austin is than everybody else.
Bro, you're 78. Shut up. Your grandkids won't even come visit you. And I shake my cane at them. So you guys ready for some viewer questions?
I actually do have the doc still open. Cool. Here, I'll read off the first one.
Yeah, you guys want to take turns?
Are these any? I don't think any of these are directed towards anybody specific.
There's one.
There's one.
Me, I've seen. Which?
Yeah, Astro asked James something.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll read that one, I guess, when we get to it. But
what's something you've come across on the internet that you've tried to find again, but have been unable to find it at all? So, who wants to answer this one first?
I'll go first because I have one right off the dome. When I was using Facebook back in 2014, there was an article I read, which I now think might have been fake, but it was
oh boy,
Have you ever seen that cartoon, The Wild Krat? It's where like
The
two
Wild
brothers
Krats.
turn into animals and they do crime fighting or something like that.
The Wild Krats?
Yeah, it's like Wild Cats, but it's like KRAT.
This looks like, is this a cartoon?
Yeah, it's for like children or something.
Yeah, I've actually seen this. Looks the two main characters look familiar here, so I'm
not gonna lie, I've actually never seen this in my entire life.
Oh, that's fine. It was something like my sister watched when she was a little kid, and she's like 4 or 5 years younger than me. So it was like way after my childhood watching stuff. So the article read off like it was essentially like a slander piece where it was like calling out the creator of that show for like making this crazy porn. And I read it and I was like, oh shit, this is wild. Nobody's talking about this. And they made like a GIF. They had psychedelic GIFs of like people fucking and stuff.
Oh,
and I was like, oh my God, that's nuts, bro. And I think I saved the GIF because I wanted like proof that it actually happened. I probably still have it somewhere. But essentially some time went by and I saw that GIF out in the wild. And I was like, oh man, I remember the story behind this. And people were like, hey man, can't just go spouting off information like that. And I have never found that article again. I don't think it was real. It's bizarre, honestly. I remember like you could reverse image search it. Like that was when that stuff was brand new, at least in the public eye. I'm sure reverse image searching has been around for a long time, but like Google introduced theirs and I was doing that and I couldn't find anything. Like that shit and it bothers me so much. Yeah, there's my crazy for today.
You know when you looked up that cartoon, I don't know why, but it reminded me of Kenny the Shark. Does anybody remember that? Kenny the Shark?
Back to the Google.
Is
it like Jabberjaw? Do you remember Jabberjaw?
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Kenny the Shark. I remember watching this.
Watch it right now. I'm not familiar with this.
Wow.
So
I remember watching this cartoon all the time.
Because the Krat thing, it at least triggered with me a bit in my head, but this isn't, not at all.
I want to say the Wild Krats. You know, we're in Discord right now, and the little server icon is this weird monkey thing. It was those people who ran that show, and then they made a cartoon or something like that. But I'm not 100%. Suzumafu? Does that trigger any memories?
Suzumafu?
I've heard you talk about that before, but it doesn't really, not for me.
Yeah. Do you actually know the story behind this icon for the server? I'll put it in like the thumbnail for the YouTube.
Oh, that's why it's familiar, because I've asked you about that before.
The icon for the server. Yeah. Okay, let me look.
Suzumafu is something like that. So
wait, what?
I was browsing YouTube one time. And
dude, I literally I'm so confused. Okay, I'm trying to Google this and I cannot find it anywhere, Austin.
Bro,
what is Suzumafu? I literally typed it in Google and Google's like, what did you just try to type into me?
Is this one of those shows that you'd watch on like Saturday mornings on like your antenna television or something?
Yeah, it was on like PBS. That's how you spell it. It's in the chat.
Zoboomafoo.
My stand, the Zoomafu.
Yeah, I've probably seen this before. I used to watch those. They weren't like animation.
No, it's like,
oh boy.
It's like a weird ass puppet of a lemur, and it's like jumping out in the wild, and these old dudes are talking about animals.
Oh, Chris and Martin Krat are also. Oh, I guess that makes sense because it's.
Okay, so those are the same people. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. What about you guys?
Because they made all these. They made these shows where it was like about animals and stuff, and I remember as a kid I really liked them. But yeah, I
loved animals when I was a little kid. Now I just like can't stand animals, dude. I walk outside and point at a bird and I go, "Fuck you, bird."
You say that, but every other day there's a dog or some cats on your Snapchat story. Or something.
That was so 100% a joke. I love animals.
I bet you were watching like Zoboomafoo. You're like, Mom, I want to watch Steve Irwin, and then Mom's like, no, we have Steve Irwin at home, and then this is what Steve Irwin is.
Yeah.
I did watch like the Crocodile Hunter and all that when I was a kid. He touched my heart. just down under.
Well, just real quick before we move on from this one, I just want to say my answer to this would be that the Invader Zim comic, I think I've talked about it before, where they're like grown up or whatever, Zim and Div and Gaz and all them.
Oh yeah,
I haven't looked super hard, but I can't seem to find that. I thought that was a Shad based thing. I don't think it is though. But yeah, that's like something I found a long time ago when I was back in school, and I just haven't seen it since. So.
What about you, Peter? You have anything like this?
Wait, hold up one sec before we move on to me. Okay, I'm looking at Zaboomafoo. You said something about Wildcrats before. You know that Wildcrats is like the same people that did Zaboomafoo?
Yeah.
It's the same host.
I said that a few minutes ago.
You did? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was just like, hold up. Did it just say Krats? These are the Krats? And I'm like, hold up.
They probably did a ton of stuff with PBS and whatever. Because their names are all over if you just look at the shows.
Man,
I mean,
Chris
everybody
Pratt.
loves animals.
All right, sorry. I can't really think of anything. I've never been like that diehard to like refine something. Maybe like a meme before. Maybe like memes and stuff. Like I'll like try to refine one that I thought was funny, and I just can't.
I have another one. So you guys remember Digimon, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, I went back and rewatched all the English dubs of the original. Mm-hmm. And there, at the time, like I think recently it had been found, you could watch the Digimon movie, the first movie over here in English. But the second movie, I remember like it being broadcasted here in English, but you couldn't find it anywhere. But you could like watch it, the boring Japanese dub of it, sit around and talk about Digimon for an hour.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one. There's one of the movies where it's like a Digimon movie. Like the beginning of the movie is, I think I'm confusing this. Aren't they in a theater?
And they're watching the little paper girl.
Am I right? Or
yeah. That's the first movie where like Fox they were trying to promote something. So they had like the little annoying girl turn into a Digimon and sing or something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Pokemon episode like that? Or some like person or girl or kid got turned into a Pokemon?
Be confusing. We're just mashing them all together in our minds.
Is it the third Pokemon movie with Entei? The little girl wanted to become a Pokemon and be happy forever.
Thing, and then
like,
she got turned into a Pokemon and realized the eternal darkness.
Wish we could do that.
Like that's the one with Unknown, and all the Unknown are like hearing the girl be sad, and they're like, "Oh, we'll make you a happy place. Here's an Entei."
I remember watching that movie. Yeah, because at the beginning of that one, there's like a playground or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one's kind of dark, honestly. It's not like any of the other ones. Well, the first one's kind of dark too, where Mewtwo's like, I'm gonna kill everybody and take all their Pokemon.
Yeah.
Typical Mewtwo.
Just Mewtwo things. What's
the second one? The second
Pokemon?
one like has Lugia. And Lugia is like somebody put him in a cage and they're trying to flood the earth or something.
The other three legendary bird Pokemon are like trying to take him out because they're like possessed or something.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys watch Detective Pikachu?
Yes. No. I saw that in theaters because
I saw it in theaters twice.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Look at this diehard Pokemon fan.
Oh yeah. No, it's dude, sometimes since I have a lot of friend groups I hang out with, sometimes like I just like have to go see a movie multiple times. That's just how it be sometimes.
Since I started working with 3D, I really appreciate that movie a lot more.
Because they like Detective Pikachu?
Yeah, the Pokemon like look really weird and disgusting, but they look like they should in real life. Disgusting monsters.
Yeah, honestly, that's how I imagine Ryan Reynolds would look in real life too.
Yeah. Wow, we're like 20 minutes in and we have only... You want to move on to the next topic? Because we're like much longer into this than I thought we would be.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
Would you kiss a talking frog if they asked you to? Whether or not they will turn into attractive royalty is up to you.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a no for me because I think frogs are gross, regardless if they turn into a beautiful young lady or not. Well, if she had like her Instagram pictures from before she turned into the frog, maybe it would be a maybe then.
How do you know that you're not getting catfished or cat frogged? I don't know.
Cat-toaded.
Cat-toaded.
Well, I guess she is a frog.
Man, my problem with these questions, I guess I don't know if I'm the only one like this, but like I take them too seriously now because like immediately my brain's like, bro, if I saw a talking frog, like I would record it, put it on social media, get on the news. Like that's what my brain starts doing immediately. I'm like, oh man, this could make me so much money and fame. Like it just sucks that my brain is like that now. That's all I think about anymore when we have these silly questions.
Sounds like being an adult.
Kiss a talking frog. I'd be like, yo, this frog talks. I'm gonna make out with it.
You're like, dude. Actually, if you put that up on Instagram that you were just making out with a frog, it would probably like get you way more fame than anything.
That'd go viral, right?
Dang.
Yeah, I'd become friends with the frog, and we'd like get a mansion, and I'd be like, yeah, this is our place, and it'd be Taylor the frog and I would just be living together.
Taylor the frog,
and I'd be like, oh, you want to talk to the frog? That'll be $10,000 a minute,
Oh,
the government wants him. It's too bad you can't have him. Of course, they're just gonna cod rush my house and shotgun me and take him.
That's
away.
why you have to have a bunch of decoys.
Yeah, I'd fill the house with just frogs everywhere, and I'd be like,
what if the entire time the frog is just like, please kiss me to turn back into a human, and then James is just like, no, I need to milk you for all you're worth.
I'd do that. I don't know, dude. Unless the frog was like, all right, man, look, I need your help. If you cut off your arms, I'll go back to being a human. I'd be like, man, that's so unfortunate, dude. I just can't help you.
I just don't think I could cut my arms off for you, Mr. Frog. Maybe somebody could. Could I go find an amputee that needs them to be taken off?
You mean a pre-amputee?
Yeah.
From me, Frog. It's gonna be
They're not quite an amputee yet, Austin.
If they turned into like an incredibly rich man, like a Beauty and the Beast scenario, where like, Belle had a reason to love the Beast. He was rich and had a castle, and he was gonna turn into something, regardless of like if she loved him or not. He was either gonna die, and she was gonna take his castle, or she was gonna fall in love and marry a rich man. That's a win-win scenario, I think.
Right on.
Also, the Beast was kind of like this abusive asshole. He kept her in a cell.
Wow.
Yeah, and he abused his china set.
Yeah, dude. He
Make them
like,
clean all day long.
Mrs. Teapot, if you don't clean my house, I'm taking your son and I'm crushing you right in front of you.
I'm gonna drink all your liquid if you don't do my dishes. All right, let's see here. I'll answer. I'm gonna say no. Frogs are stinky.
You guys are missing out on an opportunity.
I mean, when it comes down to your point, James, of course I'm gonna take a picture of him. I'm gonna like, if Jackie was with me, she probably wouldn't hesitate to kiss that frog. She walks through the parks and just picks up frogs and carries them around with her.
Shouts to Jackie, dude.
Dude,
Dang,
she's
dude.
Like the MVP. She would like pick up that frog and just like make out with it and shit, regardless of if she was gonna become rich or famous or whatever.
Or if the frog actually talked.
Yeah. I hope she doesn't listen to this.
By the way, Level 9, thanks for letting me borrow your Lamborghini so I could take my grandmother on a date. That was really cool of you.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I got all that money after taking a picture of a talking frog. And then I still don't understand why I had took the picture of the frog when I had full ability to videotape it and had people see that it was talking. But people just believed me, dude. Yeah, so I got a lot of money.
Video of that mug, man.
Yeah, Austin's got all that clout.
My frog kissing clout.
Your frog clout.
Frog kissing, guzzly. Okay.
Let me guzzle the frog.
Slasher.
The fleeing flash frog flasher.
So we've been talking about frogs, which that kind of just segues into the next question here. It says, if you had to use any animal as a weapon, what animal would it be, and how would you use said animal as a weapon?
Now, let's say hypothetically that you still were friends with this talking frog. Would they be able to talk to other frogs? Could you have like an army of frogs?
Well, what if it's like a Chronos a Chrono Trigger situation where a frog joins your party and he's like big and he's a knot. Maybe you could get your talking frog to talk to that frog and he could cast thunder on somebody.
Also, okay, if we're using these animals as weapons, is it like Pokemon kind of stuff? Like polar bear, I choose you. Dude, I'd probably pick the polar bear. Those things are aggressive.
Those are big.
They're also big.
If they had like undying like gratitude to you, like you saved their family from like a fire or something, I would probably that's what I would think. The animals would just be like completely loyal to you, kind of like maybe a Pokemon. 300 their asses.
Be like the Persians.
I guess it depends on who you're fighting though. If it's just like some random bad guy that you don't like.
You know what's kind of weird though is that guns are OP, so I don't know how effective an animal would be.
Well, bears are hard to take down with guns. Like you can shoot a bear a bunch and they won't go down.
But you can shoot them with pepper spray and they're done.
Yeah,
I guess that's a good point. It depends on if the bad guy has like pepper spray or a gun, and how close the polar bear is to the person when they start attacking. Or the war elephant. Well, the war elephant probably could take some shots too, or some pepper spray. The pepper spray would probably send the elephant into a blind fury and just trample the dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be sitting on top of it either when it does that. Okay, then, do we get a draft to counter the pepper spray? You can't spray it.
You have a 6-person team, a 6-animal team to go battle in the Pokemon League. I mean, the Animal Fighting League.
I mean, they have a draft Pokemon, right?
A giraffe
rig.
Yeah, it's the one that's like
it's like
you can spell its name
Pokemon
backwards or something. It's from like the Johto region. I don't know its name. What would mine be? The frog that could talk to other frogs, so you have like this plague, biblical plague on your side would be pretty cool. But imagine getting like a tiger or something, and that dude just like jumps down from the trees and mauls somebody to death. But you'd have to be in a wooded area.
Bears can climb really well.
And then run really fast, too.
I'm pretty sure bears can climb faster than you can run.
Yeah, they run at like 20 or 30 miles an hour. They're fast little... Well, they're not little. They're fast, big monsters.
For real, they're like all muscle and fat.
But if you were like on a boat, and the guy jumped in the water, your bear probably wouldn't jump in the water with him and try to fight him. Because you would lose a bear and a bear friend. So you need like this aquatic land animal that can do everything. So you're like fully prepared for what the bad man is going for. So that like meme where the people are like, this motherfucker crawled out of the ocean to like make me pay rent. And it's like the fish with legs.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you get one of those, so he can like fight you on land and in the water, and you're just like fully equipped to take on the bad person that you're trying to find.
To be honest, I don't know though, because those things, you gotta like consider how like, those prehistoric brains work. They're not very smart. Get back in the water. I don't want to pay my rent. Actually,
the real answer is a saltwater crocodile. Those things are big. And they swim around the ocean and then get on the land
fast
and run at you. Oh, James, thoughts?
I was just gonna say this is kind of personal preference, I guess, but I think having a golden eagle would be sick. If I could train it and just if I see someone way down the street, like ladies walking down the street, and then like a guy runs by and snatches her purse. And she's like screaming, she's like, someone help me. I just send him, dude. And this eagle is like, and just takes him down, sticks his talons in his head, and the guy like falls to the ground. And then like, he just like kind of does like a circle, and he like comes back, lands on my shoulder. I just hand her the purse. I just go, good day, madam.
Tips fedora.
Then I walk away. Explosion of fire behind me. Pretty sick. Sorry, I got a little carried away there.
Okay, Redditor.
Tips fedora. You're welcome, lady.
Eagles are cool. I don't know. I just like, because birds are tight. They can fly, man. That's just sick.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think of birds. They're kind of OP. Birds are kind of OP.
So we have the fish that could like crawl in the ocean 64 billion years ago to create dinosaurs. Could we have pterodactyls in this scenario?
Oh, then that's like an easy win. I just lose. My golden eagle.
Pterodactyls are like the size of buses.
Pterodactyls also really dumb.
Pterodactyl just smack its wing into the golden eagle, and I'm like,
don't they have tiny brains?
I reach out into the air.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of things with tiny brains that are smart. I can't think of any of them, but I'm sure
Austin.
I don't necessarily know if like having a small brain means that it would be dumb or not.
Yeah.
It's a real
damn.
We'll leave that up to the listeners.
Yes.
The listeners can like tweet at us and tell us if we're dumb or not.
Tell us if we have pea brain.
I mean, we're not very good with words, so.
Yeah, it has to be said every episode.
Okay, if you could replace one thing with another, what would you do to cause more chaos?
Has to cause more chaos. So replacing something to make things chaotic.
Yeah, what could you do? You could replace the Leaning Tower of Pisa with a giant pizza.
I don't know if that would make things more chaotic or just
make
really
things really
stinky.
chaotic in Pisa, because they'd be like, my tower turned into a pizza. Now there's mold growing on it because it's been more than a couple of days, and then they all get mold poisoning. You could take like everybody. No, I guess it has to be one thing. Yeah, one thing. You replace the president of the United States with a block of cheese.
To be honest, I don't think that would change much. I don't think that would change much.
Okay, I guess you have a good point. But chaos.
Chaos.
When I say chaos, I think of the Chaos Emeralds.
Dude, same. Chaos control.
So I guess we could take like something important to someone. Take like the Constitution out of the American Hall or whatever and replace it with a Chaos Emerald. So people are like, what the fuck is this? So by like pure definition, that's chaos because there's a emerald. Let's
see here.
Wow, the president like picked up the Chaos Emerald and screamed chaos control. We never know what.
God, it reminds me of the Obama meme. You guys know the one I'm talking about?
It's like, Mr. President, put down that Chaos Emerald, chaos control.
Let's see.
I don't know. That's such a hard question.
Replacing food with poop.
Replacing the ocean with melted cheese. I'm really on food today for some reason. Cheese? I don't know.
Let me think of something. Replacing every movie with Shrek 2.
See, but it has to be one thing. We can't replace like all movies unless all movies are one thing. I guess you could change the word. So instead of just movie, you call it Shrek 2. Hey guys, you want to go out to the Shrek 2 with me?
Yo, you guys see the new Shrek 2?
Yeah, bro, I love Shrek 2s.
All right, does anybody else have any other ideas?
It's such a stupid question. James?
This one is very hard because I was trying to come up with something. I was trying to think of like society as a whole and groups of people interacting with each other and something you could change, but I couldn't really come up with anything. But what I was thinking was, first, I was thinking if you pop a balloon, the sound it makes becomes so loud that it just bursts your eardrums. Like if a balloon pops, anyone within like a 20-meter radius just can't hear anymore. I think balloons would be banned though after that point.
Like the sound, it's the sound of the sonic boom.
Like, oh, we're out of here. We're leaving.
Yeah, well, if we replace the sound of a balloon popping with yeah.
Balloons would be so
that
annoying.
would cause some chaos.
I don't know how I came to that, but yeah, balloons, dude.
To go back to your society meme, we could replace society with like, I keep wanting to say cheese. I guess I just have cheese on my brain. Replace my brain with cheese. That wouldn't really cause chaos for anybody else but me.
Well, chaos would be short-lived because you wouldn't be. Yeah.
I would have thought that would be a lot easier because it feels like you could cause chaos in a bunch of different ways, but it's not widespread enough to ever do anything. Replace the moon with another Earth.
That, oh my god, that's... Yo,
That would
replace
be-
the moon with another star.
Oh, replace the sun with the
Fucking
moon.
toast. All right,
I
let's
guess
move
if
on
you
to the
did
next
anything
one.
to like
Yeah.
the orbits and the stars and all that, it would mess things up. Whoa.
What would your ultimate attack be if you were a video game character? Yo, who's this anonymous beaver in our...
Ultimate attack. Probably like a spirit bomb or something like that. But spirit bombs would be really easy to dodge. So probably not that. Dante in Marvel 3 can just shoot his guns really fast. And it's like a full screen projectile. And I'm not sure if you can block it. I know Virgil has attacks that like you can't block. How familiar are you guys with Devil May Cry?
Decently.
Beater knows more than me.
Okay, so there's this guy named Virgil. He has white hair and he looks kind of like Jay Leno. He can like swing his sword really fast, like so fast that it cuts through time and space, and it's called the Dimension Cuts. And I think like one of his attacks is called Judgment Cut, where like this giant AoE shoots out around him for like 20 meters, and then he like goes in all directions and cuts everything. That would be my ultimate attack. I think it's unblockable too.
I think my attack would be... Okay, have you guys ever played D&D before?
No.
I've played like once, but I mean, I get the general idea of the game.
Mhm.
So there's this like class called the Bard, and he's got this like spell called Vicious Mockery, or essentially you just like insult the other like person, and it deals psychological damage. So I think that would be my ultimate ability. I just yell out some insults, and it deals psychological damage to my opponents.
What about you, Jams?
Me.
Yeah.
I really like Black Adam in the Injustice games. So I think my ultimate attack, like in Injustice, he just has like a move. I think it's like quarter circle back triangle or whatever, where he just shoots a lightning bolt at your feet. But like mine would be that, but you know, like you'd have to make it really grand. Where like we're fighting outside and then like the sky gets covered by clouds, it starts raining, and then it's just like a massive lightning bolt that just goes boom, and just hits the ground. But you know.
Have you ever seen those vans with like the airbrushed art on the side? It was like really common for like stoners in the 70s and stuff. The ones with those shag carpets on the inside and all that. And then you like airbrushed. Vans. What's up?
Are you talking about Astro Vans?
Maybe. It's the ones with like the airbrushed. I guess they're not airbrushed. They're just like weird epic paintings on the side of them, like a dragon breathing fire, or a wizard standing on a cliff with lightning bolts shooting out of his fingertips. You could be like that. You would be like on a cliff, and then you just raise your hands into the air. The lightning would shoot out of your hand into the clouds, into that man's feet.
Oh my god! Do you guys remember that Did you guys ever have a DSi? Oh my god! Do you remember Photo Dojo?
Yes, where you like make your own fighting game with your face or something.
Yeah, you can like take pictures of yourself. Oh my god! Sorry, just like the whole like choosing your own ability if you're like a character in a video game. It just reminds me of Photo Dojo.
All right. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was just like a nowhere.
What do you mean out of nowhere? We're literally talking about it. I'm like, man, there's that one DS game where you could turn yourself into a video game character.
I think I kind of want to change my answer. Like, I would still have a sword, but I would like go really fast, and then like I'd cut through the person, and then the sonic boom would it would create a sonic boom and then blow up. I think that would be kind of cool.
All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's see. If you're forced to eat one non-edible thing, what would you eat and why? Small objects like screws or coins do not count, since that's the easy way out.
Dude, I wouldn't even choose a screw or a coin. You can't, like, that would destroy you can't, like, no one would even pick that. You didn't have to include that. There's no way. I'm not going to eat anything that I can't chew.
Well, if we're like, let's say you wanted to eat an airplane or something like that. Somebody's done that before. A penny would be much easier than like eating an airplane, because you're just like, a penny would go through your tract and it would be like, it'd probably suck, don't get me wrong. But if you were like chewing on an airplane for 3 years because you had to, I would choose like a penny, but that's not included, so whatever.
That's it. I'm looking this up. Man eats airplane. Man who ate an entire airplane.
There it is.
Oh my god, you weren't lying.
Why would I lie about that?
Man, I bet like every night for like years, he's just like, everybody else is eating normal food and he's just got like some giant like clutch plate on his like, god.
Bicycles, shopping carts, televisions, and a plane.
You know, I'm gonna have to call up this guy and ask him for recommendations. He ate supermarket carts? That's gross.
He probably cleaned them before he ate them.
Man, imagine just like going to like, I don't know, Walmart and you see some guy eating a shopping cart in the parking lot. What is wrong with this
doing
man?
it for fun?
Damn, yo, he
surely
does it for
there was
sport.
some kind of like monetary reason he was doing this. Somebody had to be paying him to like eat shopping carts and airplanes and stuff.
Wow. Bed, pair of skis, computer, waterbed, coffin with handles, a brass plaque. What the flip?
You know what? This guy probably pooped out an entire, like, I don't know.
Dude, what if he
like,
ate
what
it
the
all?
fuck would he poop?
He ate it all in separate pizzas, but then he pooped it out in a whole.
All together.
All together.
All right, how about this guy not get like terminally sick from eating an airplane?
Do you think he drank the gasoline that was in the airplane?
I hope not.
Maybe he just smelled it or something. And that was
Apparently
good enough
this
for
guy
him.
was awarded a brass plaque for the strangest diet. I bet he ate that too.
He was like, oh man, thanks for the meal.
I probably
I'm
eat
gonna go
glass, to
hungry.
be honest.
There are people who eat light bulbs and stuff, though. Like, it's like I've seen that before on TV.
Stanley's Superhuman or whatever. I don't know if you guys remember that.
What?
Stanley's Superhumans or whatever.
I remember Flat Stanley.
Stanley's Superhumans. Yep, that's exactly what it's called. I remember this.
Oh, yeah, Stan Lee. I was like, Stanley. Flat Stanley mails himself to the moon.
All right. Has anybody else not answered? I want to get through these quick.
None of us have answered. I don't think we've talked about the man eating an airplane.
I don't have an answer for
Yeah, I'm thinking it, and I'm like, I guess something rubber, because I'd be able to chew on rubber, and it'd be like gum or something.
I don't know. Well, how unedible is rubber? Or inedible?
I don't know. I don't know, like, can your stomach acid burn through rubber? Because if it can, I guess I need a tire.
I don't know.
It's treated with something that's like
It still
bad.
cannot digest rubber.
How long do I have to eat it? Because if it's like over the span of my lifetime, I guess I could take chomps out of like a tire or something, and then like just have a horrible time, and just like after a week go, oh, time for my next bike.
Pencil erasers and crap. I mean,
Yeah, I could probably eat a pencil. I'm sure it wouldn't feel nice, but if I just ate a pencil, I'm sure I could do that.
right.
Graphat's not poisonous, right?
Graphite? I don't think it's poisonous.
Okay, yeah, I could eat a
Lead
pencil.
is.
Yeah, well, they hadn't used lead in pencils since like the 50s, maybe after. No, it's graphite though. Is paper considered inedible?
I mean, it's made of tree stuff. And then,
I guess it'd be like the same as pencils then. I could eat a notebook. I like with the guy eating the airplanes and the cars, I could never do that.
I would much rather eat paper though. I guess if I was forced to eat something, I'll just try and eat paper.
Yeah, like, can you spice it and do stuff to it? Like, put seasoning on the paper? Have a paper taco?
well, no, because at that point, if you put seasonings on it, then it becomes more edible.
I guess that's true.
Also, does this count as the easy way out? Because he said no screws or coins, and I would say those are arguably harder to swallow or eat than paper.
Well, what if like, you know, those dictionaries that come in like 10,000 page books? I would eat one of those. So it's like, it's sizable, but it's still like, I guess I'm gonna gnaw on it for a while.
Just eat a phone book.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
I saw a phone book for the first time in years the other day, and they were selling it in a Dollar General. I didn't have anything to do with anything, but relics from the old world. I could probably eat like a network cable, a Cat 5 or something like that. It would be like spaghetti.
What is the weirdest, funniest dream you've had within the last few months or so?
So I have one because I put it on Twitter the other day.
Oh boy.
I was walking through a crowd of people, and just out of nowhere, I passed by Elon Musk, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and I point at him, and I scream, "Bald!" Really hard, and everybody just turns around and starts cheering for me, and they're clapping, and it was a great time to be alive.
Damn.
I wish I didn't wake up. There's the other one where like I had a dream. I was driving my car, and all of a sudden my seat like could fold backwards all the way. So I went to sleep, and I went to sleep in the dream, and then I woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, I should be driving." And I kept on driving my car, and then I woke up from that dream. So there's my two dumb weird things.
I can't really say I've had a funny dream before. Most of the time, like I can't remember dreams, or when I do dream, and the ones I remember, they're always nightmares. Like the most common nightmare I have is when I'm driving, and that like when you hit the brakes in your car and they don't work.
Dude, like your common nightmare is like you're driving on the road and you look over and I'm asleep in the car just on the road with you.
No, you're mostly on the actual road. And then when I try to stop, the brakes don't work.
I don't know why, but I have similar dreams, but it's not the brakes not working. It's for some reason, even though I'm tall in these nightmares, I can't like see. Like I can't, like I'm super short for some reason. I either can't see like over the dash, or I can't reach the pedals with my feet. Like I don't understand why I have, and it's happened like 2 or 3 times.
We figured it out, guys. His greatest fear is to be short.
I don't understand.
You know, unfortunately, for some people, that's a everyday thing.
And then the other day I had like one where it was like I had fallen asleep in my car in the parking lot here in my complex, but it was like sleep paralysis where I was trying to open the door and I was unable to. And Truffles McLovin, or Primo, he was like looking at me and he was like, "Hey James," I'm like crying because I'm like, "Primo, I can't move. Please open the door. Help me." And he just walked away. What is up with me in cars? Like, I just don't understand. Probably because I spend a great deal amount.
How tall are you, James?
I'm like 6'1".
Oh, and
you're surely taller than
like
that, dude.
Me?
When I'm around you, I swear you're almost as tall as I am.
I'm like 6'2". So I'm pretty sure Austin has said he's like 6'5" or something.
Oh yeah, Austin's taller than me.
Dang, we should change the name of this podcast to
this is actually like the
gang.
Weird thing about me being tall. I used to be like an inch taller. I was 6'6", but like over the years, I've like gone back and measured myself, and I'm like 6'5" now.
Do you have
so
good
I've gotten
posture?
Shorter. I have good posture. I stand up straight, and I'm like, "Hey, ladies." I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Is your neck like fairly parallel with your back, or you got like nerd neck where there's like a noticeable neck or like bend?
We're at San Japan. I have nerd neck so bad it like pisses me off. I get frustrated at how bad it is when I'm walking around.
I'm sure other people at San Japan have it much worse.
Or even I was in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru the other day, and this kid, he's probably like a teenager. Dude was like basically looking down at the ground. I was like, "Bro, you need to fix that ASAP."
Yeah, dude. I got like this like strap thing for your back that like forces your shoulders back. So you wear that like for like half an hour a day, and it helps.
Make you look really busty. You're like,
yeah,
"Hey guys, look at my
really
titties."
Accentuates my boobs.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to have like, because I was so tall, I had to look down at everybody I met, because like at some point I just met a bunch of tall people and became friends with all these tall people.
And then you just became tall.
Dude, we're like stand users. Tall people like attract each other.
It's because they can see each other.
Oh yeah, we can see each other over the crowd and we're like, "You there, young man, come be friends with me in my army of tall people."
Yeah, man. Like washing my face in the sink and stuff is like just every day. So frustrating having
You have to do your squats.
Yeah, squatting every time I wash my face. It's like, gosh.
My like new apartment, my only complaint was like when I go into the bathroom, the sink is like just barely above my legs, like the top of my legs.
Wow.
Like just below my stomach. I'm like, geez, could this be any shorter?
Probably just have to get a stool or a chair or something.
Yeah, my sink in my bathroom is like right at my waistline, just a little below even.
I have a fireplace in my apartment though, so I can
Damn,
like
that's
burn.
sexy.
Hey girl, you want to come over and burn things in my fireplace? It doesn't matter what. Yeah.
When you get situated, you should have some people over, man. That'd be cool.
I certainly am.
All right. Well, my bad. I mean, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. If you want to like go on to the next question is gonna be short.
Yeah.
Are you scared of spiders?
Are you scared of spiders?
Yes and no. If I see like
but actually no.
I'm the kind of guy who like if I see a spider or something, I'll kind of like scoop it up with like a piece of paper and throw it out the window or something because I don't want to just like kill a spider. With that being said, I was walking down my stairs to leave my apartment the other day, and I got to the door and I looked down at like above the doorknob. There's this giant spider there, and I just raised my foot up and hit the door as hard as I could. And I'm not 100% sure why I did that. Why I reacted so violently to that big spider.
And then you realized you broke your door.
That door's sturdy. I could like go down there with a shotgun and shoot it, and it would probably only break a little bit.
I'm kind of scared of spiders. Not too bad. Probably same boat as Austin.
Yeah, they don't like. I think roaches scare me far more than like spiders.
Fucking roaches are gross.
And there's something about them. They just scare the fuck out of me.
I remember one time at work before quarantine, there's like a roach problem in my building at work, and they're especially in the bathrooms. Like sometimes when you like go in the bathroom and it's like, just say the janitor hadn't turned on the lights yet, you'll like turn on the lights and you'll fucking see them scurry to the corners.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's gross. I remember my mom told me one time she was using the bathroom there at work and she was just sitting on the toilet and a roach fell down off like from the ceiling onto her lap while she was like sitting on the toilet. She said it was like the worst thing ever.
I guess because when you see a roach, that usually indicates some kind of problem with wherever you're at, be it like in like an infestation or something. So
they're hard to get rid of. Apparently,
sometimes like I'll be sitting on my futon and I see a spider like on it. And I don't like, my goal is to like get rid of it, but yeah, I don't like freak out or anything. But like if I were to open my cabinet to like grab a glass and there was a spider in there, that's just like unexpected. So of course I'd probably be like, oh crap, like I would jump back. But I'm not scared enough to like not interact with them, because usually if I see one, I'm like, okay, I need to get this out of here. So
I would never have one as a pet.
My brother Devin, he is like straight up arachnophobic. So
that man looks at Spider-Man and freaks out.
But moving on to something totally different. What is your highest hour count on a Steam game in your library?
Oh, we know yours, James.
Yeah, I'll just get mine out of the way. I actually opened it earlier just so I would have this ready. It is Z1 Battle Royale with 1,567 hours.
How many hours?
1,567.
1,567. Oh boy.
Yes.
I can't judge you. Okay. What about you, Austin? I'll go last because I think it's me with the highest count.
Okay, so like you guys probably outclassed me really hard because Steam didn't keep hour counts when I was off the internet.
I did not know this.
So the real answer is probably VVVVVV because
sure it's not Gungeon?
No, I'm gonna get to that here in a second. Because there wasn't any hour counts, I like probably have racked up 1,000 hours on that game. Also, I played it on 3DS. I've been playing that for straight up 10 years. But if you looked at my Steam account right now, it would be Enter the Gungeon, and that's sitting at, I should have pulled this up sooner. That is 254.3 hours.
All right.
which might be more because at some point I didn't have internet and it wasn't counted. But it's high up there.
Yeah, and my Z1 timer, and a good chunk of those hours is probably because for some reason I have a bad habit with that game. When I'm like get done playing it, I guess because I just hit exit out of like I die and then I hit exit. I usually like alt tab and then I start doing something else, and then like 30 minutes or an hour later I'll hit like the Windows key. I'm like, oh, I still have Z1 open, and then I go and close it.
So a lot of idle time on yours.
Yeah, but I've definitely a great deal of it was actually in game. But Beater has us beat. What is it, Beater? Share it.
Okay, well, I don't know how I should split this up. So on this Steam account, that's the keyword. This Steam account, I have 1,376 hours in Dota 2, but I have another Steam account that will not be named that has like 2,500 hours in it.
Wow. All right.
Because I remember I used to share a Steam account with my brother, and it was this account. So I had my own Steam account for a while, like a separate one where I just played Dota on it all the time. And then when I got my own gaming computer, I took over this account that I currently use because it was the one that like we bought games on. Yeah, I have like 3,000 plus hours in Dota.
Jeez. I think Dizzy, our good friend Dizzy the Wizard, has like 1,500 on TF2, but I have no clue if that's his highest hour count on Steam. He might. I know he played Left 4 Dead a ton.
I have a friend with a lot of hours in Skyrim. He's got 1,057 hours in Skyrim.
Jeez.
There's actually a funny story behind why. That's not in playtime. So when we were in middle school, no, this was not middle school. This was junior high. He had such a bad computer that like whenever we would start up Skyrim on it, it would legit take like almost an hour for it to load. Like everything at the beginning. So what we would do is that we would load up the game and just let it sit there. Like we would not close it for days.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, you probably just left it on.
Yeah, left it on all the time.
I had to do that with a few of my Sega Genesis games because the internal batteries were dead in them.
I remember doing that with the PlayStation 1 because I didn't have a memory card for it for a while. And I was playing, which Final Fantasy game was it? Let me look up. I think it was Final Fantasy. Let me look. Let me just look up.
I did that with Kingdom Hearts 1 because I didn't have like a memory card. So I just left it on for like hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, I remember it was Final Fantasy 9. I didn't have a memory card and I was playing Final Fantasy 9 and I didn't want to lose my progress, so I just left it on.
That's the one with the cat looking guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I played that a bit back in the day. Fun game. Good game. Well, you've been stranded on an island together. Out of us three, who gets eaten first and who perishes last?
This is a hard question because we're all skinny guys. I'm going to say I'll probably be the last one to be eaten because I'm really skinny.
Oh no, I'm pretty chubby. So like the majority of what's on me is fat.
All right, we're eating Austin. Confirmed right now.
Yeah, would be the last one.
It's Austin.
I have I mean, when you say who gets eaten first, does that mean like two of us are like, okay, we're gonna eat you, or is it just
like you gang up on the majority gangs up on whoever and eats them?
I feel like it might just be me that gets ganged up on.
Why?
If we were stranded on an island, I'd probably be like, you guys can just have me.
Damn,
done
like,
for.
That's fine. Like I just don't care. I don't want to
suicide by cannibalism.
Slam my head with a coconut so I can just end it.
Good.
And I wish you two the best.
I'm like 6'2" and 150 pounds, if that gives you any idea of how fucking skinny I am.
I am a bit less than you, so.
You are? No way. You weigh less than me? Wow.
Oh, James is like nuts.
I weigh like 144.
Dang.
Like, for how tall you are, James, like it's nuts you're that skinny.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet if James and I met each other in real life, we'd have like really similar builds.
Probably. What do you wear? What waist size do you wear on your pants and shorts?
Like 32, 34.
Like a 28, 29.
No way.
Yeah, shopping for clothes is so annoying for me, man. It sucks because everything usually stops at 30. It's terrible. And like growing up, I don't know. I just feel like there were certain things in life I was so stupid about and other things that I knew more about than necessary. But I thought it was normal to like buy things that were size 30 and you were just supposed to wear a belt and like make them crinkle up. Like I just thought you just had to do that.
Dude, I ruined so many belts.
Even
Thankfully,
now, I'm wearing shorts that don't properly fit me, like right now, because I've had them since high school.
I have like the opposite problem. Back when I was like heavier set, I would wear 40s. Mm-hmm. But because I'm so tall, like the length stops at like 36 or something like that. Yeah. So I had a bunch of capris when I was younger because mom was just like, hey, they don't make shorts long enough for you and they don't really make pants long enough for you. So I'm just going to cut off like the bottom part of it and make it kind of, you have long shorts. That worked. I mean, I had like this weird little style going on where I had jean shorts, jorts, if you will.
Shorts.
I used to be really big into I always wanted my shorts to like go past my knees, but now some of my shorts that actually fit me well are like really short, but I mean,
I just don't care like I used to.
I don't care anymore. Yeah.
I actually started going to the gym recently and like eating way more food because I really want to put on more weight. And I've actually like gained like 5 pounds in the past like 2 weeks.
Let's go, Peter.
I've only been eating like once a day, which is not really by my decision. It's just that I eat a really big meal at lunch and then I'm just not hungry again. So I've been losing weight.
Hey, all right, man. This was a good question that led into this. All right.
And back to my pant size. I'm down to like 36 or something like that.
Hey,
from 36 when I was 18. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been.
And I still have to wear a belt.
Yeah, I've been where I'm at for a long time. It sucks, but it's okay.
At least like you're really fit looking though.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
When you take off your shirt, I bet Taylor just points across the room. Is like, look at those washboard abs.
No,
wow.
My chest kind of indents in right at the middle. That part sucks. But I would rather be like this than be overweight. You know? What'd you say?
Do you have like beer belly?
No, he doesn't have any belly.
Yeah.
My man looks like he could be hungry for one day and just like you could see his muscle or his bone or something.
All right, wait, actually, since James actually both of you probably could be pretty relatable to this, but like, dude, whenever you meet somebody or like not even just meet somebody and they're like, yo, dude, why don't you just eat more? And I'm like, yo, you didn't think I thought of that? You didn't think I thought of that?
I just don't like when I go out and eat, like I'm the kind of guy, if everyone's like, let's go to Taco Bell. And I'm like, I'm going to get $2 menu item things and then I'm good. Like I don't know. I've always been like small portions, spend small money. So I think that's led me to be like this. I've always eaten cereal. I mean, just everything I eat's really small. I love snacking throughout the day, granola bars, crap like that, bananas.
Bananas are actually so calorie dense. I was just like, what? They have so many calories. It's 100. It's like 100 for average size banana.
My apples are like that too. Apples and eggs and bread and all that are probably around 100. Which 100 is pretty small for a lot of things.
I love you.
But considering how small a banana is, it's a lot. I could eat a lot of bananas in one sitting.
There's like a Baskin Robbins milkshake that if you get the large size, there's 2,600 calories in it.
What?
So maybe you could just drink a bunch of those every day.
Yeah, drink 2 or 3.
Yeah, and get heart disease. I don't even think there's a Baskin Robbins anywhere near me.
I was gonna add about what you were saying, James, where like you go out and eat with people and you get small stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like that too, where I eat really small when I'm eating with people, but if I'm alone, I'm eating a bunch, and I've never really understood why. But I also
always ate a lot.
What's up?
I've always ate a lot. Oh wait, James.
James said something.
I was saying so you could spend more time being social and chatting with each other.
Yeah. I don't like watching people watch me eat. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I cover my mouth, which is like a dizzy thing I took from him.
I feel like I've seen you do that.
I think it's polite to cover your mouth sometimes.
Yeah, Kay was saying that.
I try and do that.
But like, it's not even when I'm talking. I'm just like covering my mouth because that's something Corey did, and we ate together for so long.
How
apparently when you're eating noodles, it's polite to make really loud slurping noises.
I have heard that as well.
And I'm like, that's gross. I hate the noise of people eating. I hate it. Like, okay, like crunchy food I can understand, but like if you're eating noodles and you're like goddamn.
Like, get out of here, dude.
I actually have a story about that. I remember there was a day Dizzy told me he hated listening to people eat. And so like we were going to a tournament and I bought a bucket of chicken and brought that into the tournament with me. And I still had some left like at 2 at night. And we had went to work. So I was starving to death. And I was just like in the car, like on the chicken. And him just like groaning as hard as he could.
He was miserable.
Yeah. I was like, I don't care, dude. I'm eating this fucking chicken. Got a bucket of chicken.
Bucket of chicken. All right.
Let's see.
Back to being on an island. So now you're on an island. You're stuck on one with a mermaid. Just you. Just each individual person. Would you rather the top or bottom half of the mermaid be human?
I'm gonna say top. I care more about like the face appearance, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'd want to be able to. Well, wait, hold on, because I'm being dumb. What would that mean if the top part was still a mermaid?
What do you mean?
That would mean she'd had a big fish head.
Okay, then yeah, okay. I just because like a mermaid, when you think of a mermaid, the top is human and the bottom is a fish. So I feel like this question's just kind of. By the way, Andrew, Toxic Flame Man, thank you for submitting the question. I feel like when you think of a mermaid, though, that's what a mermaid is. It's like half human up top, half fish on the bottom. Or then you see those funny memes where it's like a fish head and then like super buff.
Yeah, the reverse mermaid.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what he's alluding to. Like, which mermaid top would you rather have? Top half human or bottom half human?
Yeah, I think it's a top all three.
Top right? Every day.
Yeah, because like if it was a giant fish monster with a fish head, that would scare the fuck out of me more than anything ever. That would shake me to my fucking core. I wouldn't want that ever.
Let's move on to the next question. Thank you again, Toxic Flyman, for your submission. If you entered a fighting tournament and you were able to choose your opponent, but the only people who entered with you were the main cast of SpongeBob, who would you pick to fight and why?
Now this one's hard.
Wait, in a fighting game?
Or just like a fighting tournament, and it's you and the main cast of SpongeBob, and you get to pick your opponent.
Yo, I think I low-key fight Patrick.
I was gonna say
because I feel like I could convince Patrick that he's supposed to lose.
Well, yeah, Patrick's stupid, but like, have you seen that episode where him and SpongeBob fight and they're all muscular?
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about SpongeBob.
Well, SpongeBob knows karate and he's invincible. You'd never want to fight him.
All right, I'm not gonna lie though, karate is not very effective when it comes to fighting unless you're fighting someone else that knows karate.
Okay, also, here's the issue, guys. We're underwater. I mean...
Yeah, we're fighting in their element. Unless we could like get them on land, we would we'd be
that didn't work out well for them last time. Remember that one the SpongeBob movie where they're under the lamp, dude? I cry still. I cry every time. The life is being drained out of them under the lamp.
Mitsu crabs could probably fight on land if we like took them into our territory.
Oh fudge, dude! I
don't think I'd want to fight a crab
or Sandy, obviously.
Well, Sandy has that meme where she ropes Patrick and a nuclear explosion goes off.
That's an automatic,
that's an.
And like every time Squidward
knocked out a bracket,
every time Squidward's on screen, that man falls down and a nuclear explosion blows up the entire world. You wouldn't even have to fight him; you just punch him and he'd blow up and kill you.
I was considering Squidward, but I don't know.
Squidward, like, let's say it's like Dragon Ball Z, where they do the fighting game tournament. Not the fighting game tournament, the fighting tournament where like you knock them out in the ring and they are disqualified. You could probably just pick up Squidward and toss him out in the ring real fast and he wouldn't care.
I think it'd be funny though. It'd be like such a SpongeBob thing to be like, Patrick, go stand on that grass. He'd be like, okay. And then it's like you win.
Like Plankton would be somebody too. You could just step on him.
Oh yeah.
Even if like you're underwater, you could just like stomp on him and just be like, "Yeah, fuck you. I'm Sid motherfucker." Unless he had like a robot or something, because
What
you know
about
he's
Mermaid
evil.
Man? Would you fight Mermaid
Yeah,
Man?
I could kill an old
I
man.
could take Mermaid Man.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
fat, obese old man.
It's like Tekken Tag Team.
Boy.
No, they fight like ice climbers, so they like have to be
Oh my gosh.
together.
Infinite, I'd be
Damn,
like,
yo, wobble
There's
OP.
like-
man, dude, okay.
They're doing
Yo,
handoffs with each other, and there's like dun dun dun, boom,
Everybody's talking
invisible
shit.
boatmobile.
Astro says, Mr. Himegoto, where did you get that absolutely lovely face of yours? Astro, thanks for submitting the question. Here's the thing. So, when I was younger, I used to, I spent a lot of time playing on my Sega Genesis, and there's this game called Shadowrun. And it's like, I think it takes place in I think it's between 2000 and 2100. It's in the future though. And people can, what's the term I'm looking for? I guess install, or because you have these people called deckers who go into, God, what is it called? I forgot all the terms and stuff now. Anyway, you can recruit deckers in the game, but when you see them, they have like all this like computer parts like fused into their bodies and stuff, and their head and everything. Cyborgs, basically, yes. And so I just kind of use that as an influence. I was like, okay, I have to make sure that no matter how much I like computers, that I never install one on my head. And I just kind of kept that going. It's like a constant, like I wake up, there's a little, in my bathroom on the mirror, there's a little Post-it note that says, don't become a computer. Followed with a little face washing and some, anti-acne cream here and there. And I used to use little Stridex pads. I remember buying those. I felt like those didn't do anything, but
I remember I bought those when I worked at Walmart when I was pouring sweat all the time. So I would just like walk out in my car and rub them all over my face.
yeah, it does kind of surprise me though how many people like I know that I don't feel like when I hang out with them, I'm like, do you ever wash your face? Like ever?
Damn.
Do you actually do that at all? And it sucks too because I say the same thing about their teeth. I'm like, do you ever brush your teeth? Because I did not when I was younger, and I have since paid the consequences. I have definitely, my teeth could look a lot better. Take care of yourself, people. That's my podcast message for the day right there. Take care of yourself. Wash your face, your teeth, brush your teeth, wash your face, do it all.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Thanks. All right, next question. Someone read it.
Who would win in a fight between the biggest bear or the biggest gorilla? Or
Gorilla
versus-
every day.
I Light King, so thank you, Light King, for the question. I feel like it's a gorilla.
I kind of
think
would
it's a
go with the
gorilla.
bear. The bear, like we were talking earlier, the bear can survive gunshots. I feel like he.
Okay, we don't
obviously
need to
the
bring
bear didn't have a
Harambe into
gun.
this.
The gorilla could operate a gun if he gave it to him. It's just a matter of him like getting it. But
I feel like
Let's
because
go-
the gorilla has thumbs, he has such a.
do the gorillas have thumbs on their
Wait,
feet?
you can literally just Google this and find a video online of a gorilla and a bear. Wait, are they actually gonna fight, or is this like video edited? I'm like, I don't think they share habitats anywhere, do they?
I don't think so. Maybe at a zoo, and the zookeepers are running underground bear gorilla fights. But guys, this
What
is
the
the
heck?
biggest bear and
Oh,
the biggest
crap.
gorilla.
Okay, this is one article, but this one says a grizzly beats a silverback 10 times out of 10.
Really?
The average silverback weighs around 350 pounds and stands at 5.5 feet tall. So the gorilla tries to get around the grizzly, which proves pretty tough. While gorillas are quick, making speeds of up to 20 miles per hour, the bears have them beat. The only thing they have going for them is reach as far as their arms go. Grizzlies are twice as large, and according to a study conducted by Montana State University engineering professor Doug Carnes, they're about 5 times stronger than a human, probably even more when acting aggressively.
Dude,
To put this into
holy.
perspective, there are videos of grizzlies overturning nearly 700-pound rocks with one paw to look for food underneath. And it does have like basically knives attached to their paws.
So the gorilla could maybe win, but like it would be a hard fought battle.
Yeah,
if
it'd
he
be like
was
one of
going-
those things where if you like ran it like 100 times, the bear is gonna win more often than the gorilla.
Man,
Yeah,
this is so
there's
sad.
a Tekken character that's a bear, right?
Yes.
And also, if the bear stands up, like the gorilla wouldn't even be able to touch the ground anymore, according to this.
I was gonna say, so like Kuma is a bear that's in Tekken.
Yes.
Maybe all bears know like whatever fighting style Kuma knows, and like for sure it's using that on that gorilla. So it's probably fucking up that gorilla pretty hard.
Yeah, but have you ever played Overwatch?
Styles.
What if every gorilla knew how to fight like Winston?
Where they had a laser gun and they were jumping around? I guess he is a pretty big gorilla.
Gorillas are super muscly. I don't know if you guys have seen. You can like look at a video of like a shaved gorilla and like if you can like see under all that like fur and stuff, like it's insane. They look like bodybuilders.
So hear me out. What if it's King Kong and he's going up against a grizzly? He's just like pits up the bear and flips him away and the bear dies.
Well,
easy.
Isn't it only fair that the bear is as large as King Kong?
Well,
True.
That's not what the question says. It says the biggest bear, not the same sized animal as each other.
So has there never been a story or an iconic massive bear?
A big bear.
Gorilla versus grizzly bear. Who would win?
Well, I guess.
Slap this gnat in the next year, dude.
Okay. Bear in the big blue house. He could like invite the gorilla in and then stab him or something because he has knives and human tools.
You know what? You guys say what you want, man. But when Winnie the Pooh pulls up with his freaking Model 1887 Akimbos,
when Winnie the Pooh pulls up and he's like, "No cursing in my Christian Minecraft server." Bam, bam. Bam.
Oh man! Thank you, Light King, for your submission.
He's in the house with you, right?
He is here. Yes, they're in the other room, I believe, watching a horror film. So.
Damn, I thought you were gonna say anime.
Well, I mean, in all anime horror, when you think about it, have you seen those eyes? Would you rather not be able to stop? Wait, what?
Stop farting.
Would you rather not be able to stop farting for a year, or not be able to stop burping for a year?
Farting every day, all day, every day.
Yeah, burping is kind of uncomfortable. How can I say this without it sounding fucking weird?
We use your mouths for a lot of different things, Austin.
It hadn't stopped me before. Farting, I guess, feels kind of good. I guess. Stop! So I guess to be able to do it for a year straight.
Oh man.
Would really be a game changer.
I love gas coming out of my butt.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. Like, I don't mind. Like, farting's whatever. I do it all the time already. Every time I do it, I tell you guys. And then level 9's like, do we have to talk about this every single time? And, you know, it's just part of my life.
Got to the point where it was like minutes of your stream, every stream, and you were talking about like almost shit in your pants.
I clipped the part where you got like, you were just like, you had enough of it when we were playing Pummel Party. And it's just it just makes me laugh so hard because you were like,
there's like
us, and it was just, oh man, it was great.
The first like podcast episode, I remember like the first conversation Dizzy and Peter had was about shitting or something like that, and I was like, can we not? And that got cut out of the podcast because I was not doing that.
Damn.
This next question is really good and sucks because I'm not going to have like a great answer for it, but I really like this next.
Do you want to read it?
I should have, as I was saying, I was like, I should go ahead and read the next question. The next question says, you can send a letter to any one person in history.
You send a letter to JFK and you're like, hey bro, no wait. What's the one that got shot? Both of them get shot? Whichever one got shot, either him or Ronald Reagan. You're just like, hey bro, don't go to the parade.
Yeah, it was JFK. Yeah.
Okay, stay away from the parade, JFK. I'm from the future. Please believe me, stay away from the parade. And then maybe he would have stayed away and not been shot. And I saved America. Or, well, I don't know how well liked he was back then. Probably not very.
You know, I would probably do
What's up?
I'd send a letter to the kid that fell on Harambe's cage, like before they go to the zoo, and be like, "Don't go to the zoo."
That might have actually would probably help America so much more than you could ever know. Because when that happened, that was memed on for like almost an entire year. So if everybody didn't talk about Harambe for that entire year, I bet life would be much better. We'd be those pictures of like if water was never invented and you see a futuristic city.
Water was never invented. What?
I couldn't think of anything outlandish. It's like, yeah, water not being invented.
A better one you could have used is like if everyone would social distance. It's like life in 2021, and then it's that picture or something.
Yeah, okay, that's better.
Man, again, this is one question where like if we were really popular, I would love to see the comments for this, because I feel like a lot of people have thought about this, or they'd have really good answers.
Well, I mean, we're kind of popular.
You know what, Austin? Think about it for a second. Hold up. Imagine if Aquafina didn't invent water. I mean, how much money would they actually have?
You send a letter to the Saudi president, and you're like, "Hey, man, name your shit Aquafina 2, and don't leave any openings for Aquafina 1. Therefore, killing Aquafina guy, saving the world. Not that the Sony's any better. Sony kind of sucks, bro. It's made like PepsiCo. Send a letter with the secret recipe for Coca-Cola to the guy who invented Pepsi, therefore saving us from Pepsi ever being invented."
Were you about to say something, Beater?
I was just like, why would we do that?
Oh, because you're like, oh. I was like, what is happening?
Peter fell out of the ceiling after revealing that he was Spider-Man.
I don't know why I keep thinking like that I want to send a letter to like one of the old first presidents or something, but like
send him a picture of Donald Trump.
It just doesn't. Who cares? Why do I want to keep like it's like a school thing? Like my brain is just so like I don't know why I'm associating this question with past presidents.
Hello, Mr. George Washington.
I'm pleased that like the president actually can do anything for the country. I'm just so stupid.
Please don't go over to America. Live your life in Britain the rest of your life. Please, I'm begging.
Please don't invent America.
Mr. George Washington, please, don't carve your teeth out of wood. Otherwise, you'll have termites. Thank you.
You should, James. I think that's what we call. That's called brainwashing.
Yeah.
It's what is it called? Patriotic brainwashing.
Tell Andrew Jackson not to have that duel in the street. It's not going to go well for him.
I think I'll just send one to Donald Glover. Maybe.
Really?
Get it? Yeah, when he's really young and he's maybe having a bad day, and I just want to be like, dude, you're gonna be insane. Like you're just the nuts. Like you're an actor, a musician. You're absolutely crazy.
You're gonna be really funny in Community
America, and it's just gonna explode. And also, I like your stand-up. P.S.
He's funny.
Bye.
It's like, I wonder who said this.
All right. We have one final question. So this is the final question. Level 9, if you would.
You get to take credit for inventing one thing throughout time. What is it?
Water. I don't know.
Like, if I could be remembered, I guess they'd have to remember me because I'm taking credit. Clothing. I would take credit for like clothing because
imagine everybody being naked before Austin was born.
But like me and Mom were talking about this last night while I was out seeing her. There's so much stuff in history where it's like, who on earth thought about this? Like cotton. Cotton's just this little plant that you take seeds out of, and then you get a bunch of it and you turn that into like pants or something like that. Shirts.
Sorry, I thought you said ants.
Yeah, you turn it into ants, and then I take credit for making the Ants movie.
What about the Bee movie? That might be even better.
Ooh, I could be a meme legend, dude. Just call me Mr.
Make
B,
no money
man.
off of it, but actually,
Yeah, I think that movie
you
bombed.
would.
Did they have merchandise for the Bee movie? I can't imagine they did.
Oh yeah, they did. I remember having the DS game. I had the Bee movie DS game.
James rapped the Bee movie script the other day. He could get done rapping that movie script, and then I could be like, "Hey man, I wrote that shit," and he'd just have to be like, "Oh man, I have to pay you right now," and then I'd get paid. Easy peasy.
Maybe. Well, okay. How serious? I'll do a serious one. I think I'd want to take credit for inventing Apple. Even though I don't like Apple products, dude, they make so much money. Like, dude, they're such a big company.
Well, would you want to do it for fame?
Invented Apple.
Would you want to do it for fame, or would you want to do it for the money?
Money.
Because if I invented clothing and people remembered me forever, my name would be in everybody's mouth, dude. They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm wearing that level 9. Pose for a picture real quick." JoJo Man would be like, he's wearing that level 9 shirt.
My answer was the internet.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Maybe we're not thinking about the right thing. I would get the wheel. Go back as far as we can.
Inventing the wheel.
Yeah. It'd be like back in -42, level 9 invented the wheel.
Damn, imagine inventing round objects.
Can we take credit for something that we think's gonna be an invention in the future?
Sure, why not? It's throughout time.
Whatever they're gonna be called. Of course, the most common thing would be like a hover car, but like some kind of transportation device that a person can operate just ignores, like you don't have to just
like levitating vehicles.
Yeah,
or
you don't have to like levitate like a foot off the ground. Like it just go like however
it's
high
just
you want to be in the air.
a flying car.
Yeah, flying car. I don't know why. What is? I'm so stupid. It's insane how stupid I am, man. Gosh, that's why I didn't invent anything.
Let's see.
Wouldn't your real answer, James, be Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
No, that's like I don't really.
Ooh, you know what? Have you guys ever seen Ready Player One? You know, we're probably going to have something like the Oasis in the future, like Second Life VR.
But it would be like VR chat, and VR chat's like
No.
Dude, you load up VR chat, and there's like Kermit the Frog T-posing and like smoking a blunt. That's what you're gonna get with Oasis.
I'm talking about like the super crazy stuff. Like you see in like Ready Player One, like the almost real life VR.
Where it's like
that's what I would want to invent.
Reality in a headset, pretty much. That would be cool. I would quantum computers have already been invented, but maybe time travel. I think inventing that would be pretty cool. And then you could go back in time and just invent whatever you wanted.
Yeah, but
as long as the time police don't get you.
Yo, imagine right now that quantum computers actually didn't get invented, and then Austin just out of nowhere is just I want to invent a computer that can calculate 1 and 0 at the same time. That can be 1 or 0. And be like, oh my god.
The electrons pop in and out of reality, and they carry 1s and 0s with them.
Is that actually how that works?
Yeah. They freeze the chambers really cold because they're trying to get absolute 0 or 0 kelvins, as close as 0 kelvins as you possibly can, so the electrons aren't zipping and zapping everywhere, and then they carry the 1s and 0s everywhere.
What if you invented the portable quantum computer? You could have a quantum computer at the size of your desktop or laptop.
What if you just made a brain,
brain computer,
implantable brain that was a quantum computer, and you could just put that in your head and see everything?
Yo, imagine playing games and then the computer is your actually brain hooked up to it or something. You're hooked up to this technology and it does all the processing, and then you get the people flaming you in chat because you got 5 FPS because you're dumb.
Can't wait for
yes. The Brain Station 2, my favorite console. Much better than the Brain Station 1, where it zapped you for losing. I guess we should end it because this is actually the longest podcast we've ever done.
I know, dude. It's these questions. There's a lot of questions.
Well, I was expecting normally when last week when we asked questions, right? We went through them so fast. We was just stop talking.
Well, I'd like to mention that because most of the time, I'm not. Some of the stuff you guys talk about, I just have no knowledge on, so I can't. But a lot of these were just questions anyone could answer, so I was able to contribute a bit more than I normally do.
I think we ought to have this speaking for future reference. We should have 4 or 5 questions at the end of the podcast, and whatever a guest is there for, because we have a computer man next week.
Thanks to everyone who's been listening and tuning back in time after time. We appreciate you guys. Hope you're enjoying the podcast, and more to come.
I wanted to say that real quick before we ended. We when we released that new episode the other day, we jumped 20,000 spots on the ranking on the leaderboard for our network.
No way.
What the flip? All right.
Yeah. I don't know what that day was. We had tons of downloads and plays and stuff. And I hadn't looked at it again, so I have no clue if we're still getting that kind of views.
Very cool. Thank you, Kanye.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kanye. Very cool.
Tune in next week when we have Kanye West on the podcast.
All right. We don't need to bait people.
I love baiting people, though. Make sure, if you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and any other thing you can follow and sub to. If you, so Himegoto is going to jail pretty soon. I don't know if he knows that yet or not, but we definitely need you to donate $6,000 to the Bail Himegoto Out of Jail Fund.
It's on Kickstarter.
Yeah, if you just have that laying around, make sure to do that. This has been the Not Very Good with Words podcast. I guess we'll see you next week with special guest Kanye West. Goodbye.